Hello everyone and welcome back to another double feature. The theme for this double feature is international releases that have been acquired by Neon just in time for award season, and they're probably going to get some recognition for just being great. We're talking about two really good films today. We're talking No Other Choice and Sentimental Value. Two films I would argue are some of my favorite of this year. I'm really glad I got a chance to see these. They're playing at my local film festival. Really happy these were selected. Incredible times. So let's just get into it. Let's start with No Other Choice. This is the latest film from director Park Chan-Wook, who, if you made me sit down and think about it, is in my top 3 directors working today. I think he's brilliant. I like so much of his work. His TV stuff's pretty good too. I don't know a single one of his movies I'm against. So I was really excited for him to be doing something else. Like, it's been a couple years, not many, since Decision to Leave, which is one of those films I think perfectly encapsulates the 2020s era. It uses technology in such a beautiful way. So, what's he got for us now? A really dark comedy about dedicating your life to an industry that hates you. And I'm like, yeah, man, way to make a very timely movie. You could get a little metatextual where it's like, I'm part of an industry that is like self-loathing and destroys you internally and you have nothing going for it, but damn it if you don't want to make movies. Or it's just a silly little comedy about why people do the things they do. So No Other Choice follows an actor you might actually know. I know that's kind of like surprising when talking about Korean actors, but it's Lee Byung-hun, who is pretty famous over here in America. He's done a couple things. He's this family man, He's got a wife and a couple kids. He works for a paper company. Well, guess what? Paper companies, not what it used to be. So he is laid off. And he becomes depressed and insecure because he's a man who can't provide for his family. His wife has to get a part-time job. She's getting a little too intimate with the dentist that she's working with. His kids hate him. And he decides, well, there's only so many jobs you can do in paper. I'm going to systematically murder my competition so I have to be hired for this paper job. That is such a cinematic premise. And it is insanely funny. This is a really funny movie. Maybe the most straight up humor that Park Chan-Wook has put into any of his films. But that's awesome. Like, he knows what he's doing here. You gotta make this funny, because it's just about these grown men who are so insecure and uncomfortable with the notion of doing anything else. Every single male character in this who works for a paper company just goes, I can't do anything else with my life. There's nothing left for me. I gotta do this stupid thing. That's what this is about. It's about these men who just sacrifice themselves for this thing that could give two shits about what they do or accomplish. It's so brilliant in that aspect. I love to see it. The jokes pretty much all land. There's none where I'm like, oh, what a waste of time. They're just really charming, really capable, really silly. It plays into the humor so well, just like these frantic bodies moving around, these people so upset about a decision they're making, the choices that are being put forward. It is just so funny. And when you pair that with the visual language that Park Chan-Wook is known for, you get something pretty special. There's no one doing it like him. There truly isn't. The way he transitions to different scenes, the way he shoots a film, the way he just has dolly shots or camera tricks, it is so impressive. No one is doing edits like him. No one is doing transitions like him. He is so in his own league, and he just knows how to talk about stuff about today. There's such this internal story about capitalism being this corporate thing that destroys the little man, and it makes us desperate to suckle at its teat, I'm like, that is a comedic story to tell about 2025. Just how desperate we all are to connect and have this security that none of us truly actually have, and we think these things matter to us, but the industries don't care. They don't give a shit. So you literally try to kill off your competition, and the comedy with the murders is insane because it doesn't glorify it or make it look fun. It makes it look really tedious and annoying that this is what you have to do for this stupid job. And then when you maybe eventually get the job, all you're doing is something that's automated anyways. So ahead of its time. Or maybe so currently of its time. It's just one of those films that knows AI's the future. Governments don't care about you. Really brilliant. Every performance works really well. I'm just really impressed with it. Sun Yi-jin, who plays his wife, she is so good because she kind of has to be the straight man, but then she starts to realize maybe the things around her are falling apart. Incredibly well acted. Incredibly well handled. Just this... It's not nihilistic, it's just this bubbly, cute, poppy, like just bright idea of maybe the world hates you. You have to do things for it you shouldn't just to get by. And that's a very timely story that I'm sure a lot of people feel, It is kind of beautiful in that aspect. And I'm really impressed with how this film manages to capture what it's trying to say. Through the lens of humor, nonetheless. Really well done. Like, Park Chan-Wook is a brilliant mind. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to do it. I'm always excited when he's working on a film, and to go like straight into comedy, play into the angles like that. That's how you do it. That is how you make a film like this work, and it really does work. Very silly and fun. It's very impressive. So, no other choice. I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now let's talk about Sentimental Value. This is the new film from Joachim, who kind of gained critical acclaim with his previous film, The Worst Person in the World. Well, he's reuniting with Renée Reinsve, and they're making another kind of story about movies. This follows two daughters, or two sisters, however you want to look at it, who recently lose their mother, and their estranged filmmaker father returns into their life, and he's got a script he wants to make for his next feature and wants one of his daughters to star in it. But when she says no, he seeks the attention of a young American actress who can maybe pull it off. If you are unfamiliar with the work of Joachim Trier, he is very intimate, very personal, likes getting in the feels about how to behave and think about stuff. It's just about the way the world messes you up and makes you consider that your actions maybe aren't fully your own, or the choices you make are fully your own. This movie really spoke to me. I think it is a very well-represented film in terms of the dynamics of the camera. The directing is solid, the editing is solid, the score and the music choices are solid. It's just very comfortable and confident and not showy in any way. It's just beautifully lit, very beautifully lit, considering we're using a lot of like modern techniques for like the white walls of a home. It feels a level above like the standard fare you get from like the way we use technology to film modern houses. It is just so comfortable in its approach to telling its story, because the story is the driving force. This film is all about the characters, their relationships, and the choices they make. And it is stacked of some incredible performances that really spoke to how I was feeling at the time I was watching it. Renée Reinsve, who she hasn't blown up yet to like that next level. She's probably going to get there soon. She commands the screen. Like, she has a confidence and a stoicism to her that just works effortlessly on screen. You get so much behind the eyes because she's got these big, beautiful eyes. You just feel everything she is feeling. You understand the choices she is making, how she feels about her father, her relationship to her sister, how lonely she is, how every single action she is taking with people in her life is to find that connection she doesn't have. She is so fantastic, utterly dynamic and interesting, and just harkens into something that we don't get a lot of. She's utterly amazing. And I do want to shout out the actress that plays her sister. I don't have the name in front of me, but it's Inga Ibe's daughter, Lilias, something to that extent. A surprising performance. I think it's one that not a lot of people are going to like be speaking on because she's not like one of the names. That is a very tough performance to do because you have to play the one in control of your family. You have to be the married mom who has her own kid, dealing with your sister, dealing with your father, and keeping everything in check. And that is not an easy thing to do. It's very naturalistic how Inga portrays it. I am just so blown away by the dynamics that these two ladies have playing off each other and the world around them. There's just such a confidence to it and a realism to it that just makes it feel so creative. But I think a lot of people are going to be talking about Stellan Skarsgård, who is playing this like aged filmmaker who wants to make maybe one last movie. It gets a little metatextual with like being an aging star that he is, talking about like this might be it. You have to put everything you have into like your last thing to make it about this thing. And how maybe towards the end of your life you want to heal some relationships you never fully worked on when you were younger, and maybe because you're not like the best person at speaking out, you see the same tendencies within your daughter and she doesn't want to act on those either because she's in the same position you were. It's really smart about it, you know? It's not showy about it. It's just, I know neither of us are going to talk, so I have to literally make a movie for her so she'll want to see me and understand I know what she's going through because I genuinely do care about her. All of that through Stellan Skarsgård walking on a beach or down a street just being like, things are different. I'm not the man I was before, but I'm just trying to have things work better for me. He's so good in this. He's always been great, but this is like one of those late career performances where you just see a guy give it his all and you have to commend him for being this vulnerable and honest with himself. There's still like the classic charming Skarsgård energy to him where he's going to make the jokes and just be like flirty and stuff, and it's really fun. And Elle Fanning plays the American actress. It's a very specific performance that really is interesting to capture. She's great. Like, I think what she's asked to do is exactly what that character would do, so I can't be mad at it for that. It's just a very annoying character who thinks they could do stuff and realizes maybe they can't. Works really well. She has great chemistry with Stellan. I really appreciate how this movie doesn't hone in on him being like a sex pest or anything where he's like a creepy older guy preying on younger women. He's just like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you're in the business for the right thing and sometimes it's for the wrong thing. And now I'm here doing whatever I do now. It's so incredibly handled. It's not manipulative in terms of what it's making you feel. It's not upset at like any of the characters for the choices they make. It's just presenting it realistically and honestly and saying something quite profound about how film exists so we can see things through the lens that we don't normally see them through. That's kind of beautiful. It's also just about this house and how a house changes over time for the people that live in it to where they go, and how everybody kind of changes from era to era, but we all still have the same feelings inside of us. I don't know. It's kind of beautiful. It's kind of about sad people learning to be happy, and that's kind of all you want in a movie like this. Very, very beautiful. I'm moved by it. We are in October by the time this video is going to come out. I might say it's my favorite film I've seen this year. There's still a whole bunch more to see. But for execution, to narrative, to script work, which I love a good script, nothing has really moved me the way Sentimental Value has. And it's just been on my mind since as this really wonderful work of art that exists in our lives that we can just draw on when we need to encounter these feelings again. Very impressed by it. So, Sentimental Value, I am going to give a 10 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.